Hey everyone, I'm Heba and welcome back. In this video, I'll be talking about the new Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity collection. Pat McGrath came out with a new collection of one Mothership Mega palette, 3 quad eyeshadow palettes, a highlighter, and 4 lipsticks. Here is the Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity eyeshadow palette. Now it does have 18 shades in here, and 12 of these are repeat shades and 6 of them are new shades. In the beginning of the year, Pat McGrath did come out with 2 6-pan eyeshadow palettes in collaboration with Star Wars. You have the Star Wars Dark Galaxy palette, and then you have Star Wars Galactic Gold. So here's the Mothership Mega palette, and the repeat shades are this 6 right here, and they came from the Dark Galaxy palette, and these 6 right here, it came from the Galactic Gold palette. And then the 6 in the middle, those are the new shades. So if you do have those 2 Star Wars palette, this palette may not be worth it just for the 6 new shades. That's just my opinion, but I was not able to get those 2 palettes when it came out. It sold out like that, but the one that I did get was this one from the Star Wars palette. I know the glare from it's going to be kind of difficult, but this one was the Mothership 4 Decadence palette, and she just repackaged it in a real pretty gold with the Star Wars logo right there. And I am a big Star Wars fan. I mean, we named our youngest son Luke. So luckily I was able to get this one, and I didn't even have this one in the original packaging, the Mothership 4, so this was a nice addition to my collection. So I was okay with not getting the other 2 palettes, but when this one came out and then they had those shades from those 2 palettes, I thought, okay, I'm gonna get this one. This one costs $78 and you are getting 18 shades. Some are repeat, and even some of those are repeats from the repeats. I hope that makes sense. Say for instance, this 6 right here, they were from Galactic Gold. There were 3 of them that were repeats from other palettes, like this one right here. It's Gold Standard, and that one is in the Decadence 4 palette, which is right there. So let me try to put them 2 together. So those 2 shades are repeats. Let me swatch them side by side for you. So here is from the Decadence palette, and this is from the new Mega palette. So yeah, I hope it shows that they do look similar. They are similar. Pretty much if you have Decadence, Galactic Gold, and the new one, you will have 3 of the same shade. And if you also notice that the pans in here are smaller than her regular Mothership palettes, which is nice because I don't think I'll ever hit pan with her palettes. Here's the packaging of the Mothership Mega palette, and it's the cardboard kind, very sturdy. It's not like her original Mothership palettes, the hard casing. No, I'd rather pay less than more for just a packaging because I think this one's kind of sturdy. And I do love the decoration with this, like the old seeing eye. It does have some Middle Eastern effect with that, some Egyptian, which I do like because I am Egyptian. Another thing that I like with her packaging is that they have the name of this eyeshadow palette and the shades on the back. With her original Mothership palettes, you can't tell which one is which. You're gonna have to kind of take it out and open it to see which palette it is. And also the names are in a card inside the box. So I do like the fact that she has the name of this palette and the names of the shadows on the back. I mean, with this one, you can kind of tell which one this is without looking at the name. It's nice to have it nonetheless. So it does have 3 mattes in here. I know it's not a lot, but I'm the type that loves the metallic shades. So this one does speak to me. Again, it does have the cardboard packaging and a magnetic closure, and when you open it up, it did have these little, or does have these ribbons, kind of keep the palette open, but while I was doing this look that I'm wearing right now, it did kind of break, and now I'm able to hold it this way, which I do like. It's not as cumbersome as it was when I was doing the first couple of looks. And did I mention that this cost $78 compared to her Mothership palettes that cost $125? So the price of this is not bad, and I do like the packaging and the smaller pans. Before I get to the quad palette, she did come out with a highlighter and 4 lipsticks. And I didn't get those because, for one, I didn't need another highlighter, and that highlighter cost $65. So yeah, I didn't spend the money for that because I didn't need it or want it. And then the 4 lipsticks, I believe 2 of them are repeats, just in different packaging, and 2 of them are new. And I didn't need or want those either. It was kind of hard to pass on the new shades, but I did buy the new Chanel lipsticks, and I did buy the new Lisa Eldridge lipsticks that should be coming soon. So yeah, I passed on those lipsticks. It was hard, but I did it. All right, now for the quads. She did come out with 3 new holiday quads, and it is in the same packaging as last year's. And here are the boxes that these come in, which is really nice. I like the decoration. And I also got the ones from last year, and here's what the packaging looks like from last year. Kind of has that, I call it the accordion file closure there with the string and the loop. But this one just has the regular type of packaging, which I think I'll probably put in the recycling bin, unfortunately. I know, because what is great about the new packaging in here is that these do have the names on the back and the names of the shades also on the back. There it is right there. Whereas last year's, it has the name on the inside card. So I do appreciate that the names are on the back of the palette this year. I know, it's the simple things. It's the simple things. So here's Risque Rose, Flor Fantasia, and Interstellar Icon. Now last year's, all 3 of hers had those special shades that are in her Mothership palettes, but these, they have like a collection because there are some mattes in here. Let's take Risque Rose, and this brown shade is a matte. And then this shade right here, oh my god, that is such a beautiful shade. And the pink one is kind of a sheen. And also with Flor Fantasia, there's a matte shade here. With the Interstellar Icon, there is no matte shade here. They do cost $58 each, and there is a bundle that you can get all 3 for $148. I did see that Sephora will carry these, and Sephora will be having their sale, I believe, in the coming weeks. The end of October. So maybe if you've been eyeing this, that would be a good time to get it. Anywho, let me go ahead and live swatch these shadows, and let's start with the Mothership Mega. This one's Saturnalia. It's a chromatic crimson with pink flash. Bronze Nebula, metallic gold bronze. Warm Mahogany, which is a warm mahogany matte. Lunar Champagne, which is a warm champagne shimmer. Violet Void, deepened violet with pink flash. And then this is a repeat shade, Gold Standard, which is a luminous 24 karat gold. And yeah, that is a pretty gold. So here is the first row. Okay, let's go with the middle row. This is Venomous Void, which is a mid-tone magenta matte. Let me build that up a little bit more so you can see it more on the bottom. There it is. And this shade, Odyssey, I think this is a beautiful lilac taupe with a pink sparkle. That is beautiful. This is Fuchsia Shock, which is a fuchsia purple shimmer. Now for the next one, I wish I used this as a look, but this is Megabyte, which is a deepened khaki green shimmer. Did I just put it next to Fuchsia Shock there? Oops, my bad. Then you have Bronze, which is a brilliant metallic bronze. Those 2 shades together looks very nice. And then the last one, let me put it right here. It's Electron, which is a duochrome rose bronze with a glitter blue flash. And yeah, you can see that blue flash right there. Let's start with the fresh canvas. And on the bottom row, we have Cosmic, which is a duochrome diamond sparkly pink. Maybe we need to build that one up a little bit more. Bring that down to the bottom. There we go. How about that? This is Smoke Amethyst, which is a blackened aubergine with pink sparkle. This is another beautiful shade, Dragonfly, which is a duochrome warm gold metallic with a green flash. Yeah, look at that. And this is Venusian Orchid, which is a matte mid-tone pink. You have Galactic Gold, which is duochrome platinum with golden chartreuse flash. And then the last shade is Corruption, which is a duochrome fiery bronze. Now let's watch one of the quads, and this one is Flor Fantasia. And this one is Hue Topia, which is a pale rose gold highlight. This next one here is a beautiful shade. It's Lavender Blue, and this one is a duochrome lavender shimmer with a blue flash. And that is beautiful. Look at that. This one is very smooth. And another one of my favorite shades, Iridescent Orchid, which is a warm magenta metallic with a purple flash. I love the flash description there, because look, you can see a flash of color. And then the last one is Lotus Paradise, which is a pink peach matte. Here are the 4 shades with the quad. Now let's swatch Risque Rose. First one, you have Rose Rebellion, kind of like Star Wars, the Rebellion. And this is a creamy matte fuchsia. And then this shade, Lavendering, oh my gosh, let me try to show it to you up close. You can kind of see the texture in there. So this is a duochrome platinum sparkle with lavender flash. I mean, that just glides right on. It is a little bit chunky, but it's just a beautiful shade. I mean, I do hope that you can see the different shift in there. Oh. Next is the matte shade Mink Noir. And look at that. I know what this is just because of my wrinkly arms, that's why it skips. But this is a blackened brown. And then Life on Mars, which is a copper rose. So here are the shades from Risque Rose. Now for the last one, Interstellar Icon. It's another beautiful quad. One of the shades is what I use in this look. But let's start with the first one. This is Golden Polaris, which is a luminous rose gold. And then I wish I used this one, but next time I will. It's Hypnotic, which is an electric warm blue metallic. Next you have Blue Blood, which is a deepened burgundy sheen. And then the last one, Divine Dahlia, is what I have on my lids. And this is an iridescent bronze taupe. Beautiful. Oh, I love that shade. Alright, I did 5 looks with these palettes. I thought this video was just going to be about this one, but then the 3 quads came in, so I thought I might group them together. So with this palette, I did 2 looks, and those will be first. And the next one, I used the quads, 2 of them. I used, let's see, I think this eye was Flor Fantasia, and this eye was Risque Rose. Either that, or it was the opposite. But in any case, I used 1 palette for each eye. And the last one, which is this look, I used a combination of Interstellar Icon and the Mothership Mega palette, just to do something different. Alright you guys, let me show you the 5 looks and I'll see you on the other side. And here is the finished look, and what I put underneath my eyes is the same shade that I put in my crease, Venomous Void. This one right here, and this shade that I placed on my lid, Odyssey, that is a beautiful lilac-y, taupey shade. And I think it pairs very nicely with Lunar Champagne, this one right here. I know I'm trying to hold the lid here so it'll be easy to see the shade, but Lunar Champagne just kind of made it pop a little bit more. Now there was some fallout with that shade, so it's always good to do your makeup first and then just take a makeup wipe just to wipe it off. And then this shade Smoke Amethyst to really smoke out this look. It's beautiful. It doesn't show much of texture because it does have some glitter in the shade, and usually with my aging eyes and my crepey lids, whenever I place something on the outer corner or even in my crease, it kind of highlights that. But once you blend it out, that deep purple just kind of comes through. All right, let's see what the next look will be. And here is the finished look, and at first I didn't think the 2 shades would match, but I wanted to try it anyway, and it looks okay. What I put underneath my eyes is this shade that I also put in the crease in the outer corner. Oops, is this shade right here, Major Mahogany. And then placing Galactic Gold in the center of my lid just kind of add a little bit of a dimension to this look. Well, alright, let's see what the next look will be. For this one, I'll be using 2 of the new quads, 1 for each eye. And in this one, I'm going to be using the Risque Rose. Or is it Rose Risque? Risque Rose. I'm going to be using this one for this eye because there's this one shade that I really want to use, and it's this one right there. In this eye, I'll be using Flor Fantasia. This one looks very pastel-y, so yes, I'll be using this one, this side, and this one, this side. I'm going to prime my eyes with the Hourglass eyeshadow primer first. I'm just going to do it one eye at a time. I'm going to go in with this pink shade Rose Rebellion, and it does have a little bit of a sheen to it, but I'm still going to use it as a transition color. And I'm just going to dip it in once, tap off the excess, and apply that in the outer corner and in my crease. Okay, I'm going to build it up a little bit more. It's always good to go light first to see, and then you can go a little bit heavier. Yeah, as you kind of blend it out, you can still see a little bit of glitter, but it kind of disperses a little bit. So I think this will be okay to use as a transition shade. I'm going to put some in the inner corner of my eye. Let's do with that. Just pack some in the inner corner. Now I'm going to go in with the only matte shade in this palette, Mink Noir. I'm going to use a little bit smaller tapered brush and place that in the outer corner, and I'm going to also do that in the inner corner too. And we'll just touch a little bit to go on the inside. And then just kind of connect them together in the crease. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Lavendering. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to use my finger. That's beautiful. It does have like a pink shift to it. Silvery shade with a pink shift. And let's just place that in the center of my lid. Ooh, very nice. Oh, you only need a little bit of it too. And there's still a lot left over on my finger. So I'm just going to wipe that off because I don't want to do too much. And then just going in with Mink Noir and just kind of blend it out the edges. And then going in with the first shade and just blend it out more. I think that's all I'm going to do with this side. All right, now let me go in with this side and prime it. I'm going to go in with this matte shade, Lowest Paradise. I'm using a different brush, different fluffier brush. And place that in my crease. It is a real pretty peachy shade there. It's going on smooth. I'm still going to build it up a little bit more, since there's really not a dark shade in this palette. Normally I would use a darker shade to give me some dimension on the outer corner, but we will use with what we have. Now let's go in with this shade, Iridescent Orchid, and place that in the center of my lid. Okay, that one is a pretty shade, and I have to say that it's quite opaque for it to being like a duochrome shade there. Now let's try Lavender Blue, and let's put that one in the inner corner. Let's see what that one looks like. No, I think I'm going to use this shade and just pop it on top of that pink shade, just in the center there. All right, I think that's all I'm going to use. That one is pretty pigmented, and it is kind of covering up that pink shade. Now let's go into Hue-topia and place that in the inner corner of my eye. I'm going to go in with Iridescent Orchid again and just kind of hide the lavender blue just a little bit. All right, since I did that, the lavender blue is still showing through, but it's not like I just placed it on top of that shade. You know what I mean? It just blended in together, and you can still see the lavender blue shift in there. Just going to build up the matte shade a little bit more. All right, let me finish putting the rest of my makeup on, and I'll come back and we'll do underneath my eyes. Now let's go for underneath the eyes, and for this one, Risque Rose, I'm going to go in with Mink Noir, and I'm going to place that in the outer and inner. Let's see what that looks like. And then just connect it to the top part. You know what? I think I'm just going to bring it all the way in. Let me do that. This is the brush that I use for underneath my eyes. It's from the Dose of Colors palette. There's one side that's a little bit fluffy and one side that's pointy. So I'm going to use the pointy end and go in with Lavendering and place that in the center underneath my eyes. Just trying something different. Because of my under eye wrinkles, probably can't see it that well, or maybe it emphasizes my wrinkles more, but if it doesn't look good, we just wash it off. No harm, no foul. Now for this one, I'm going to go in with this matte shade, Lotus Paradise, and place that one all underneath my eye. Now let me finish putting the rest of my makeup on and my hair, and I'll be right back. And here is the finished look. Two completely different looks here. I went and showed my husband before I came here, and he was like, oh, This one has a little bit more action to it, and it's like, oh, I like those choice of words you got there. So yeah, this one does look like it has some action to it, and I have to say I just noticed that it does transfer to the top part of my lid there. Oh look, see, I can rub that off and it came off. And he said this one was just only one shade, and I said no, there's 4 shades in this one. I did put the orchid shade in the middle of my lid, and then I popped a little bit of the lavender blue and then put a little bit more orchid on top, and I kind of like that look. It does have that iridescent shift to there, to where you don't see that it looks like a fingerprint on your lid, if you know what I mean. And when I do this look again, I will use a darker shade for the outer corner. I prefer that look myself. I do like this silver shade in the center of my lid. Now, I did put it underneath my lash line and can't really see it that much with me. But I'm not really keen at putting metallic shades underneath my eyes, but I tried it. I do think both sides are pretty. This one's kind of growing on me, this look right here. I like it. And of course, I like this one too. All right, let's see what the next one will be. For this look, I want to combine 2 palettes. One will be the Quad Interstellar Icon, and it's this one right here. I kind of want to use this shade. And I want to use the Mothership Mega palette. The transition, I'm going to use this shade. I think it's the Venusian Orchid. This one right here, the light pink matte shade. So let's use this shade for a transition. Okay, it's not light, that's for sure. We build it up one more time. Now I'm going to use Major Mahogany and place that in the outer corner of my eye. All right, going back in with the first brush and just blend those edges together. Now I want to use this shade Divine Dahlia and place that on my lid. And I'm going to place that on my lid, but in the center of my lid. And then just kind of meld those 2 shades together there. That went on very nice, and let's see what I can use for the inner corner. Let's go back to the Mothership Mega palette. The little ribbon thing kind of gave way, and now it goes all the way to the back. Which makes it easier to hold, I should say. Let's use Galactic Gold for the inner corner. Yeah, I think that would be nice. Just pop that in the inner corner. Then I'm going back in with Divine Dahlia and just kind of fuse those 2 shades together there. Go ahead and deepen up the outer corner again. And then with the first brush, blend everything out. All right, let me clean up, put the rest of my makeup on, and I'll be right back. And here is the final look, as you can see from the beginning of this video. And what I placed underneath my eyes were the 2 matte shades in the Mothership Mega palette. Venusian Orchid and Major Mahogany. And that completed the look, and I like this look. Actually, I like them all. I mean, what can I tell you about these palettes? If you love Pat McGrath eyeshadows, then this will be a great addition to your collection. The shades that I use, I didn't see anything wrong. There was a few fallout here and there, but I believe that's typical with a lot of her shadows. I do wish that there was a little bit more of a brown matte shade, but with my collection, I can find one. But all in all, I can't wait to use more of these shades. And with the quads, I love the quads. I love the quads, and I wish I used these 2 shades right here, especially that blue one, but eventually I will. But yeah, I'm glad I got these palettes. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video on the new Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity eyeshadow palettes. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos like this. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.